Panther people, what up? What's going on? You're watching Panthers Post with Phil Perkins. Thanks for joining. If you're new here, make sure to pound and keep pounding that like, subscribe, and pound those keys. Let your feelings be known in the comment community. It is a alright place to be. I don't know if it's beautiful right now. It might be like maybe beautiful after like 9 beers, 10 beers, maybe a couple shots of Patron and Fireball put together with some Tabasco sauce. Then it might be beautiful, but right now it's not beautiful. Panthers lost 29-21 to the Atlanta Falcons at home. 5th straight home loss at the Bank of America Stadium. There's no more money left at Bank of America Stadium. No more money left in the bank. Everyone goes to the bank. They have no guns. They just tell the counter person, hey, I got a gun. Give me all the money. And they're like, all right. And then we just give the money. It is no longer a fortress. So that, believe it or not, is the Panthers' first divisional loss so far this season. They still have to play New Orleans at home. And then you got a home and home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So there could be more coming. There could be more losses coming. If you look at the stretch of games, this and maybe the one in New Orleans, because New Orleans kind of in a flux, in a position of transition themselves, these are the 2 games out of the next 5 that you see the Panthers potentially winning. Preview of this game, I said Christmas theme. I have 3 wishes. That's 6. 3 wishes for this game. 1, to win at home, because they really missed the ball and it was super disappointing and it was just a letdown. Arguably the biggest letdown of the year. Just emotionally, with Cam Newton back at the bank and then losing that game to the Washington football team. I thought the fans who are showing up, according to what I'm seeing on Twitter, people are showing up to watch Cam only. That's about it. If it was PJ Walker right now starting for the Carolina Panthers, man, nobody would be at the bank. Absolutely nobody. And it looked like it was kind of like maybe 45% full right now. It was rough. It was rough to watch, not going to lie. And so I thought the fans and I thought Cam deserved to give them a win. Guess what? That didn't happen. My second wish was for the defense to come out swinging, to rebound from the back-to-back rough outings against the Washington football team and then against Miami Dolphins. 3 and out against the Falcons to start the game. Panthers offense takes the field, eats up some clock. I think it was it just felt like just run, boom, end zone, done. Atlanta gets the ball back. And then, man, right then, there was almost a would-have-been interception, and that would have turned the tide. That would have turned the momentum. Panthers would have been in beautiful field position. As Ron Rivera once said, missed opportunities. That is what killed the Panthers in this game. Sure, there were the turnovers. We're going to talk about that. But the defense, opportunity struck. It was handed to them 3 separate times, it felt like, that they could have picked the ball off in the air. Whether it was a batted ball, good defense, and it just didn't happen. It just wasn't in the cards. And sometimes in football, you just need luck on your side. And the luck in this point, hey, we said this in high school. You're a DB for a reason. You're not a wide receiver. You have no hands. And then these guys just weren't making plays in that sense. They were setting up the play, but they weren't making the play. The Atlanta Falcons just zeroing in on C.J. Henderson. And they targeted his man like it felt like in 5 back-to-back passes on that first drive. They mentioned how Phil Snow said that C.J. Henderson is going to be the key to this game because they're hopefully going to have Stephon Gilmore against their best receiver in Kyle Pitts. And so you had C.J. Henderson out there, just felt like on an island. The dude could not, he was on an island, but he couldn't swim. And he had no water. He didn't even have a boombox to keep himself entertained. Third wish was get matte black helmets. Obviously, that's for next year. I know this team just feels desperate. It feels desperate. With the firing of Joe Brady, which was warranted. And then you put in Jeff Nixon and, you got Cam out there trying to desperately show that he could still play. He's only 32. He's been better since playing with, at Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick at the New England Patriots. He sees the game differently. He throws a pick. He admits he didn't see the linebacker there. I will say, since Cam's been in the league, every time he chucks the ball, I wince a little bit. My abs get tight. I get nervous because I just don't know what's going to happen. All his balls, there was one ball yesterday where there was some touch to Robbie Anderson for a first down. And that was in that drive that ended up with him just rifling a ball straight into the linebacker's hand for a pick freaking 6. The Atlanta Falcons scored 13 points on turnovers. And that's been the story of this team is turnovers. If you're around in 2015, and I'm assuming you are, unless you're 5 years old and you're watching YouTube vlogs, then you need better parents. But, Cam not jumping on the fumble in Super Bowl 50. And in this situation, bad handoff. He's falling. It looks like he tripped off a lineman's foot. Cam is falling, and he's still just trying to make a play. Desperate to make a play and just hand the ball off to Chuba Hubbard. And he fumbles the ball because Chuba Hubbard's like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that ball. Ball on the ground. Falcons pick it up. Cam easily just could have not desperately tried to make that play. Hey, you could be a hero. That's like the worst kind of hero ball. That's not even like an attempt at a 3-point way beyond the arc hero ball. That was like, it should not have happened. And he admits that. He should have just jumped on the ball, kind of like a Super Bowl 50. I get it. Should have jumped on the ball, didn't do it. Another turnover that led to points. So that's what I mean. It feels like this team is desperate. Cam is desperate to, thread the needle. Cam is desperate to make a play when it just is not meant to be. You don't have to force it. And then PJ Walker, desperate. He's the backup. He is desperate to make an impression. I don't know if he's secretly pissed that he's not the starter. They brought in Cam Newton, but desperate. And I think it was Joe Person from The Athletic who said, we just got the PJ Walker special. Taking a needless sack, rushed, scramble, throw across his body, pick. And PJ Walker, I don't want to see that guy in a Carolina Panthers uniform next year. I just don't. There's no excuse. Cam Newton has somewhat of an excuse because he joined the team midway through the season. From the time that he has been the backup, I'm sure he had a nice touchdown to Robbie Anderson later in the game. Doesn't matter. He always has that stupid pick in his brain. It always happens, and I don't want him back next year, all right? Can they just please delete the Carolina Panthers logo from all those graphics saying, the NFC playoff picture, and in the hunt, it's the Panthers? Get them off. They're 5-8. Just stop it. Just end it now, okay? Just don't do that. It's Pride right now, okay? They're playing for Pride for the next 4 weeks. They're going up against Buffalo on the road. Buffalo not looking great, but they're going to see Dr. Carolina over the weekend. Looking at big picture, I just don't know if this team deserves guys like Hassan Reddick, like Stephon Gilmore. I don't think they deserve those caliber of player right now. Those are the players you pick up when you're ready to freaking roll. In 2015, the Panthers picked up those veterans, And so when they thought, we're heading into a championship run, we feel like we got something special going on right now. We need guys who've been there before. And so we're going to pick up these guys to get some of these young cats. Not that it was a young team. It was a very experienced team. But you just needed that little bit more to take you over the edge. And that's exactly what happened in 2015. We have learned the very hard and embarrassing way that this team is just not at that stage yet. There's a reason why Matt Rhule is given a 7-year deal. Whether he sees it out, I don't know. But maybe if we just readjust. And Josh Klein from Roaring Riot Report has said that, that 3-0 start messed with people's expectations. Instead of expecting to win, they should be kind of surprised to win, because heading into this year, they're one of the youngest teams in the league. And I think our expectations were totally messed up after going 3-0. We kind of looked at the opponents, but didn't look at the opponents and their situations. So we just thought Panthers 3-0. They're a win now team. They're a win now team. And so they're picking up guys and they're making moves the way they're making. But, I just don't think they deserve those guys. It's easier said than done to just find a quarterback that doesn't make mistakes. Find interior offensive linemen. If you can get guys like Creed Humphrey, who starts at center, out of the University of Oklahoma for the Kansas City Chiefs and thriving, sure. If you can get a Rashawn Slater straight out of Northwestern and playing left tackle for a playoff caliber team in the Los Angeles Chargers, great. It's not always that easy. It's not always that easy. You get guys and they just need development. Look at Deontay Brown. Came from Alabama. That's a football freaking factory. They manufacture championships and Heismans. That's what they do. Deontay Brown can't get on the field. So it's easier said than done to just find a couple offensive linemen, find a competent quarterback. Who is that quarterback going to be? Are you going to convince them that, hey, we're just one of you away and we're bolstering this offensive line? Trust us, we can take this to the next level. Last year, we were just at a QB carousel right now. And that was not us. That's not us. This is us. This don't work out the next 4 weeks, and it doesn't look like it will unless they can pull something out of their butt on the road, because that seems to be where they thrive somehow. Either they beat Buffalo this week, we're going to talk about that, or beat New Orleans in New Orleans and somehow steal something from, maybe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are resting their guys in the last week of the NFL regular season, and they pull out a win there. Who knows? But unless something happens, I don't know if David Tepper, who is an aggressive guy, I don't know if he preaches patience, but I don't know if he actually, walks the walk and talk the talk. I don't know if he's actually that guy. If someone is in his ear, say, hey, we can get Jim Caldwell, who actually won games with the Detroit Lions. I'm seeing that name a lot. Jim Caldwell, he's available. He's hungry. He wants to start coaching again. Eric Bieniemy he's itchy now. He's kind of done with Kansas City barbecue. He wants to try Carolina barbecue. Maybe then he makes a move there. Let me know how you feel in the comment community. Type it all out. Like, subscribe, share. Talk to you guys midweek, or unless something breaks, I'll talk again. See you soon.